Hi, my name is Kylie Blacksell and I'm from Human Happiness, and welcome to your new moon in Cancer on Friday the 13th of July yoga class. It's actually a new super moon and it also has a solar eclipse, so it's a very special time and a very special yoga class to go with that. If this is your first time, then a very big welcome to you. If you have any concerns about your capacity to do a yoga class, your health, physical, mental or emotional health, with respect to doing a yoga class, please go and see a health professional before you continue. I do modifications for any health considerations you may be looking at as we go through the class, but it is still advisable to get a tick from the health professional before you start anyway. So we're just starting off with an activation, so just shaking the hands down. And the activations that I do, they're about 10 minutes long each time, and they're around about, they look pretty much the same each time, so we can concentrate on what's happening astrologically and numerologically when we do the reading at the beginning. So shaking the hands down and then lifting the hands up, and if you do have blood pressure, heart conditions, shoulder issues, keep the hands a little bit lower here, and each time I do raise the hands, keep them a little bit lower, and then out to the side. So the astrological information I get from Pam Gregory, who does a YouTube video every fortnight, and also from Barbara Goldsmith, who also does a channel, a YouTube information channel about the astrology. And the numerology we do is from my own calculations. So bring your feet a little bit further apart and around in a circle. And again, if you do have blood pressure, heart condition, vertigo, any issues with putting your head below your waist, just keep the head above the waist there, so keeping a little bit higher. Otherwise you're welcome to come down a little bit lower here. Do a nice big circle, shake it out. Shake out what you've been holding on to this fortnight. Each fortnight I do a new class, and the class is essentially based on what's happening astrologically and numerologically on the planet at the moment. So it'll be coinciding with a new moon or a full moon, and what the planets are doing, where they're at, and what kind of energy they're creating for us, and go the other way. And of course I give you a yoga class. I present a yoga class that as far as I'm concerned, best counteracts any negative energies that may come up because of these astrological and numerological things that might be coming up. So what have we got going on for this new moon, this super new moon, and this solar eclipse in Cancer? Well, the first thing you think is, well, Cancer, it's an extremely emotional water sign, can be quite vulnerable, and that will definitely come up. That the emotional side of the Cancer will definitely come up through this new moon on Friday the 13th, and of course the 4 days either side of that. You may feel it quite intensely if you do have that kind of energy in your chart. Pam Gregory gives you a little bit more, well, quite a bit more actually, information on for you personally, how that affects you in your chart if you'd like to go check her out. The Cancer, definitely heightened emotions, definitely very sensitive. Deep emotions and vulnerability will come up because it is a Cancer new moon. But there's some other, so just tapping opposite knee with opposite hand here, and just within your limits, always within your limits. We're just warming up the body here, and we're warming up the spine. We're activating the spine for the yoga class. So just really settling into it now, and tapping. You can tap opposite heel if you can reach it back there, or you can just stick with the opposite knee. So it's actually a really intense time, because not only do we have this super new moon, which means that the energy of the Cancer is actually quite a bit amplified, so you could be quite emotional if you're particularly affected by that. But we still have this square between Mars and Uranus, and look, it's going to be going on until the 1st of October. So let's do some circles here. So keep this yoga class in your little bag of tricks, and you can do it over and over again for the next 3 months pretty much, because that square between Mars and Uranus is a real rocker. It's It creates quite a bit of volatility, very eruptive emotions, a lot of anger spats, as Pam Gregory put it, tempers flaring, impulsivity, so jumping. Let's go around the other way, and just very gentle here. So just whatever hip circles work for you today. Very quick to cut things off, which is the Uranus energy there. Very quick to make hasty decisions. So you really, really, really need to step back. So let's do some little figure eights there. So hot-tempered and lots of twists and turns and lots of changing minds and things like that. So the energy is step back. Let's go the other way. Be mindful. Find your center. And I love what Pam Gregory said. She said, make your altered state your default experience or your default setting, okay? Your altered state as in go into meditation, be peaceful, be mindful, be still, and make that your default position rather than being a human who's having the odd spiritual experience. Be the spiritual being who's having a human experience. So we're just doing some figure eights here. So it is really important, particularly when we get to this new moon, to be mindful and to really step back and let go of that anger and that impulsivity and that volatility. And that's what today's yoga class is all about, to actually ease that quite a bit. You can bring your figure eights a little bit lower and keep the head above the waist, as I said, blood pressure, heart condition, even glaucoma, detached retina. If you're menstrual, pregnant, just keep your head a lot higher up there. And then just coming back up. So you should be starting to feel a little bit warmer now. A little bit more ready for the class. And then just settling that near the heart. And let's go to just some scooping. All right, so yeah, we do have that going on. We still have Mars retrograde as well. So I spoke about this in the last fortnight. And when Mars is retrograde, as I said last time, it's like having your foot flat out on the accelerator and on the brake at the same time. Mars doesn't like going backwards. The Mars energy wants to just go full throttle ahead, not really think too much about things, quite aggressive, quite in your face, action orientated kind of an energy. So when it's retrograde, it's forced to be retrospective. It's forced to go backwards. So just really enjoying this. Feel it in your shoulders. Really nice. And coming back to the eyes. So yeah, it's not very happy at the moment, which means that you may be experiencing quite a bit of frustration, quite a bit of anger, agitation, or you may be noticing this from people around you. So yeah, so where are we? Frustrated, assertive, aggressive, attacking, very willful, and a little bit of an out of control type of feeling might be going on. So that's why this yoga class, what we're doing in this yoga class today, the sequence we're going to do, and the asana, and definitely the pranayama and the meditation as a complete package, is fantastic for just cooling you down, relieving that anger, that frustration, that flutteredness, that scatteredness that you may be experiencing as well, and that feeling of out of control. So bring the hands into the middle, palms facing, excuse me, away from each other. Just open the shoulders up and just lean forward a little bit. Breathe out and then breathing in, opening up. Lovely. And just nice and gentle here if you have had any abdominal surgery, any hernia issues, etc. Thyroid issues, just keep it nice and soft here. Breathing out and breathing in. But the good news is that this new moon, because it is a super new moon, and it is very, very concentrated around your emotions and your sensitivities, it is a fantastic time to manifest a new beginning. So, you know, new moons are all about new beginnings. So if you can get past all of this, this baggage, all this anger that this class is going to help you with, you can move into manifesting quite easily. So then just step the right foot towards the front, hands up. And this is your right foot. I'm just mirroring you here throughout the class. And then come back to the middle. And then the right foot to the back. So we're just moving the right foot forwards and backwards. Takes a few goes to get this one happening. And of course, please do share this class with anybody who you know can't make it to a regular class, because of course you can do it as many times as you like. Or you think, you know, could really do with this energy right now. Maybe there's someone who's really not coping. Let's change the other leg. With the energy of the planets at the moment, there's a lot of anger, a lot of frustration, a lot of impatience, impulsivity, making rash decisions. So if there's anybody that you know that you think could benefit, definitely share it with them. This is every fortnight, and there's absolutely no catches. It's completely free. So yeah, please do share it, particularly people who are remote or they've got young children, they can't get to a class, or something else is preventing them from getting to a physical class. Then this is great for them. And then you can grab I'll just move this mat. You can grab a wall or a chair if you have any concerns about balancing. If you have osteoporosis, hip issues, knee, ankle issues, keep the feet on the floor. So you can just keep the feet on the floor and just do a little twist like this. Or if you're happy to come up, you can grab something, put the arms out and come up into a little bit of a shake. So the body's starting to, when you've done this a few times, your body starts to go, oh, we're about to do a yoga class. So you start to relax, which is what my body's now doing. A little bit of circles with the ankle there and around the other way. So the yoga we're going to do today is Energy Block Release 2, EBR2, Shake Out the Side. We actually did this a month ago. So 2 classes ago we did EBR2 because really this energy, this square between Mars and Uranus, it's been going on for a little bit, and it's going to be going on for a while, and it really is quite angry and volatile. So this is one of the best EBRs to do. So just lifting up the knee, just very gently here, particularly if you've had hip surgery, just keep the feet on the floor there. It's really one of the best. It really ticked all the boxes for me when I was looking at what would be the best thing to show you guys today. It scored very high on the what would be the best sequence to do. So shaking out the front, little circles with your ankle there, and around the other way. So out the side. See, as I said, keep this in your little toolkit. Bring it out again and again over the next 3 months. If you're having a bit of an angry moment, or you're feeling quite impatient, or you're making impulsive decisions and you're thinking, oh, hang on, I'm not really thinking this through, I'm feeling very agitated, come back and do this class, okay? Up and around, because it is, the whole thing as a package is very good for grounding you, centering you, bringing you back into a peaceful space and letting go of that anxiety, depression, frustration, and all of that. So lovely. That's the activation. We're just going to do a couple of little stretches here in preparation for the class. So you're just going to step your right foot just a foot length ahead, so fairly close to the other foot, and then just bend the knees. Okay, but keep the knees behind the toes, so don't bend the knees out too far. And what you'll notice here, I'll show you from the side, is you'll get a bit of a stretch in the very small calf muscle at the back. The soleus muscle, which is preparing us for the EBR we're going to do. EBRs are unique to Drew Yoga, which is the type of yoga that I teach, and it's worldwide, based in Wales, and they release energy blockages essentially. So let's switch to the other side. So go left foot out the front, bend down. And so there's 7 that I could teach you, and there's lots of other sequences, and of course asanas, and our beautiful, delicious deep relaxation, which we'll have later on in the class. This is the longest EBR that I could show you. It's quite lengthy, but bear with me because it is one of the most spectacular, deeply relaxing, gets you to a really happy place at the end of it. That's at least what happens to me anyway. And the hamstrings, so going out to the side, and one foot, it doesn't really matter which side you are here, one foot, you can go to the right to do the same as me. So out to the right, put your right foot out the front, Your left foot's about 45 degrees. Turn your body around so you're facing the direction of your right foot. So your hips are facing the direction of your right toes. And then keep that right leg fairly straight and just come down until you feel a stretch in the top back of your front leg, okay, which is your hamstring. And just continue down until the stretch becomes obvious to you, but not too obvious. So you don't want it to be a really nasty stretch, okay? You don't want to stretch too hard in any for any stretch. And just relaxing there. And just really enjoying that stretch. It's always good to stretch out the hamstrings. They hold on to a lot of fear. And you'll find it's a really relieving stretch to do at any point. I try to do it daily, even if I'm not doing a prep for a class like this. Have a little shake and out the other side. And coming down. And definitely give me some feedback. So you can write on the feedback for the YouTube channel or on the Facebook page. Definitely let me know how you're going with this and anything you'd like to change or have changed or have different. Any things that you'd like added. So just really enjoying that stretch. So you're feeling the stretch in the top of the back of the front leg. Just really enjoying that. Coming back into the middle, nice and slowly coming up so you don't set yourself into a little bit of a head spin there. Okay, and hip adductors, there's a few ways of doing that. You can do it on a chair, so if you know that coming down to the floor is just not going to work for you today, you can put a chair on its side, put half of your bottom on the chair and the other half off and just lean into it and you'll feel a bit of a stretch here. That's a nice one to do. The other option, if you are able to come down to the floor, is you can come onto your knees and again put the leg out to the side and try to lift the chest up. So you're still getting that stretch there, inside there. The full version is coming up into a squat and stretching out. You can also do the butterfly. So I'll show you the butterfly. Lots of options. It depends on what works for you. So, there you go. So as I said, there's modifications for everything. So if this is suitable for anyone of any age, any level of health, fitness and flexibility, everything can be modified, but you can still get the full benefit of the class, even if you do the modifications. So pushing down with your elbows there. Lovely. All right, we're ready for our EBR2, but definitely grab yourself a little drink of water. Always good to have sips of water as you go through. Okay, so we start this one standing. As I said, this is a fairly long EBR. It will take basically the majority of our yoga section of the class. Then we're doing a small asana straight after it, and then we're into our deep relaxation. So yay! All right, so we'll get ourselves into Tadasana before we start the class. So Tadasana is a master pose. So lift up your left heel, pivot around until the heel touches the big toe of your right foot. Okay, there's just a measuring here, and then pick up the heel again, pivot back. So you're approximately hip width apart now with your legs, with your feet. Breathing, tightening up the knees, and then breathing out. Nice. And then, so you have nice soft knees all the way through. Move your awareness up to your pelvic area, and you can just push the pelvis forward and back, and then find a middle ground there. So find a position where if you had a bowl of water in there, it would stay nice and steady. Move your awareness up to your shoulders, so breathing in to the front and out to the back. Breathing into the front, out to the back. In again, and out. And this time just breathe in, squeeze those shoulder blades together, lift the shoulders up, a little bit of a tilt up with the chin, and then breathe it out. Let it go. Breathe in again, and out. Lovely. So you might feel that your shoulders are sitting nicely back now. And your chest is nice and open, feeling very open and free. Chin parallel to the floor, arms just relaxed by your side. Imagine there's a string attached to your sternum, lifting you up to the sky, and another string attached to your crown, lifting you up. You might feel like your spine is lengthening when you do that. But if it's your first time, you might not actually be aware of your spine yet. So let it go, and over the next 2 or 3 lessons, you'll start to become a lot more aware of what's happening inside your body, particularly with your spine. Okay, and breathing in. When you breathe out, lift up your pelvic floor, so it's a big muscle from the front to the back underneath here, and just feel like you're just squeezing it in like a kaleidoscope. Just a little bit, just 10-20% here, not a very strong lift up for EBR2, so it's not really needed for this one. Okay, so you're now standing in Tadasana, which is, as I said, a master pose. That's the mountain pose. And we definitely can do standing meditations in Tadasana, and at times I do that, but because this is such a long EBR, we're just going to go straight into it. Okay, so breathing in, breathing out, bend the knees, bring the hands in front, but allow the right hand to be over the top of the left hand. So, and then breathing in, allow the hands to come up, and then out, and keep the hands lower for the blood pressure, heart condition, shoulder issues, so don't bring them up quite so high. And then left over right, breathing in. I'll do the full version now, coming up further. Palms faced out, down we go. Always keeping the arms a little bit bent there. Breathing in, right over left. Takes a little while to get used to this. So if you are brand new, just take your time here. You can always rewind and come back later. Breathing in, left over right. I call this the transformer movement. It's the breath of Arjuna, but it transforms. It brings this energy from down here, so right over left, lifts it up to your higher chakras. Okay, so it brings it up into your throat chakra, your third eye chakra, your crown chakra, your creativity and your expression, your self-expression. And breathing out as you come back down. Let's go into the Brahma Mudra. So the last 3 fingers roll over, thumb on top, pointer finger still sticking out. Same movement, so right over left, palms facing in, and then out we go, palms faced out. Lovely. So it transforms, it shifts that lower base chakra and sacral chakra energies up into a much higher vibration. So it's really lovely. Lovely to do this movement, even if you don't have much time. Just do this movement. Up and out. And breathing in and out. One more time on both sides, just to really get into the feel of it. Right over left. And out. And one more time with the left over right. Breathing in and out. And then keeping the knees a little bit soft there, a little bit bent. Bring the hands into praying hands. Bring them up to your forehead. Breathing in. When you breathe out, bring them down to your chest. And straightening up the knees a little bit. Breathing in, coming up. This is the modified version. Again, blood pressure, heart condition, shoulder issues. And if you don't have any concerns about that, you're welcome to come up now with me further up. So breathing in. And breathing out just to your crown. Lovely. Breathing in. This is the chair of the heart. So a lot of beautiful heart energy happening at the beginning of this EBR. And Drew Yoga is very, very heart-based, heart-centered, which resonates extremely well with me because I am a 5 in my numerology, and I'm missing a 5 in my numerological chart. So it really does join the jigsaw puzzles together for me. It brings that compassion, it brings that love, that self-love, that self-compassion back in. Breathing in and out. Coming back down. And then breathing in, hands up to the chest. Breathing out. A little bit of a bend in the knees. Breathing in to the heart and breathing out. Lovely. Breathing in. This is the Anahata breath, the breath of the heart. Breathing out. It's actually used in quite a few of our EBRs. So there's got to be something good about it. And out. Just feel that peace coming in, that love and that peace coming into your chest, into your heart chakra. And breathe out. Release anything you're holding on to there. And out. In again. And out. Okay. And then bring the feet a little bit further apart, toes pointing out just a little bit, about 15-20 degrees. And you're about shoulder width apart here with your feet. Hands come up. Breathe in, just lift up those right toes. Breathe out, bring the toes down. You start to turn towards your right. And then lift up your back heel. So your left heel comes up off the floor. And your hand comes around, so your left hand is touching your right shoulder. This is a little bit complicated if you haven't done it before, but just bear with me. So you breathe in, you lift your sternum up to the sky. And then as you breathe out, you twist around to the back. Now I'll show you this from behind so you can see what's going on. So you breathe in, breathe out, and then lift up the back heel. Hand comes onto the shoulder and then around you go. You want the hand to be in front of the chest, palm facing outwards. You don't want to be out like this. Okay, it's putting strain on your neck and strain on all sorts of places. So you want your hand just in front of your chest here, palm faced out, and you're gazing past your hand here. Okay. So we'll go across to the left now. So breathing in, lift up the toes and breathe out, round you go. Breathe in again. Right hand touches the shoulder, excuse me, and lift up the back heel and around you go. Feel that beautiful stretch. This is the spinal stretch, fantastic to improve digestion, increase metabolism, and relieves an enormous amount of stress out of the spine. Breathing in, back into the middle. Round again. So breathe in, lift up, touch the shoulder, and around you go. Making sure that you breathe in first, so you lift up before you go around, which lengthens the spine. So back into the middle, and then once around to the left again. So you breathe in, you lift that sternum up, lift the heel up, touch the shoulder, nice and tall, and then around you go. Standing nice and tall there. Lovely. And coming back into the middle. Bring your feet back to approximately hip width apart there. And then breathing in, just allow the palms to be up and just leaning just a tiny bit back. Of course, if there's any hernia issues, any thyroid issues, any abdominal surgery, do this very gently. And breathing out, lean a little bit forward. Breathing in, raising the hands just a little bit higher and doing the same movement. So breathing in, each time you breathe in, the hands go up a little bit higher. And out. All the way until you come up to your shoulders, if that's comfortable for you, to shoulder height. And one more. And out. And then breathing in, the right hand's palm faced up, left hand's palm face down, looking at your right hand, breathing in. When you breathe out, bending your right wrist and your right elbow, imagine you're passing a ball straight through your chest into your left hand. And then breathing in, passing back. And out. You can imagine it's a cleansing, a clear crystal cleansing ball going straight through your heart chakra. And then allow it to come down a little bit lower through your solar plexus. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and allowing the hands to come even a little bit lower through your sacral chakra. Lovely. And out. Spine should be starting to feel very delicious by now. And out. And one last time. And out. Okay, lovely. And then we're going to do the standing cat. Okay, so again, you're going to be standing with the feet about shoulder width apart, toes pointing out just a little bit. You bring the hands down so that they're They're just above your knees there. I'll show you from the side. If you've not done this before, please do watch before you actually go into it. You sit your spine so it's nice and straight, and then breathing out, just push the tailbone down towards the floor very subtly and slowly creating an upwards arch, and eventually the head comes down. It's looking around about between the two feet. And then breathing in, start with the tailbone, push the tailbone up just a little bit, and then slowly work your way up the spine, like you're stretching the spine out past your crown there. And eventually you're looking just a metre and a half ahead on the floor. So you're not over hyperextending like this, okay? You're just looking a little bit along the floor there. And then breathing out. Start from the tailbone, work your way down. And again, you're not hyperextending here as well. You're just looking between your legs. Breathing in, opening up. And eventually the head comes up to just about a metre and a half ahead on the floor. Breathing out. And breathing in. Start from the tailbone. Pushing the tailbone up. Stretching the spine out beyond your crown. And then coming back into the middle. Lovely. And again, with this next movement, please do watch if you've not seen it before. So again, imagine you're just coming out of the cat. So breathing in. And now we are going to bring the head just a tiny bit below the waist here. So if you have any concerns, please just modify it and not come down quite so deeply. So breathing in. When you breathe out, you turn your right fingers towards your pelvis, and you encourage your right elbow to head towards the floor. You're stretching the right side of your torso. So stretch the right side of the torso and looking up to the sky. So my head's still pretty much in line with my waist, so most people should be able to do this bit. You may only come to here, and that might be the maximum of your stretch, and that's perfectly fine. So wherever you can maximise your stretch there. Breathing into the middle. Breathing out, left fingers turn towards the pelvis. Stretch the side of your torso, the left side of your torso, and then up you go. Breathing in, back up. And out. Let's go to the other side. If at any point you start to feel dizzy or like it's a little bit too much, please do step back a little bit, get yourself upright, and take a drink of water, take a breath. This is very subtle movements, but very, very powerful. Breathing out. Let's go one more time on both sides, looking up to the sky. Breathing into the middle and out the left. And then coming back up. If you've not seen this again, please come up and have a look at what I'm doing. And definitely continue with what we were doing if you do have blood pressure issues, heart condition, glaucoma, detached retina, pregnant, or even menstrual for your first 3 days. Stick to this one. Otherwise, you can come down into the next stage. So breathing in. When you breathe out, encourage your right elbow to point right between your 2 feet. And again, you're stretching the side of your torso. And just relaxing your head. You're not doing anything with your head here. Breathing into the middle. And breathing out, encourage your left elbow to point right between your 2 feet. Breathing into the middle again. Breathing out. The right elbow, feeling that incredibly lovely stretch in your hamstrings and the side of your torso. And the release, because you're upside down. Any upside down movement lets go of things, releases things from the past. Always good to be upside down. I think us adults need to have a set of monkey bars at the back of our workplaces so we can just hang upside down for a bit, just to let go of our past. Breathe in, breathe out. But I'm thinking it might have to be padded monkey bars because I don't think I'd be able to hold my weight with the backs of my knees anymore like I could when I was 5. All right, and then coming back in to to the middle. If you have seen this before, please continue on. If you've not, come up for a moment just to see what I'm doing. The feet are parallel, so they're pointing towards the front. Your hands are coming down to the floor. Now, if you can't reach the floor, if that's not going to work for you, you can use a boulder. You could use a chair, so you can put your hands on a chair. If you do go for the chair here, when we do the movement, your hands go parallel to where they were on the chair. So the hands go out that way, not up to the sky. Okay? And back down. So pick what works for you. Of course, the further your legs are apart, the easier it is to get to the floor. Just geometry there. All right. So check that your feet are parallel and get whatever height works for you. And then breathing in, you turn yourself to the right. The right hand comes up and you pause at the end of your in-breath with your elbow bent pointing up to the sky. Breathing out, reach up to the sky. Breathe in, bend the elbow. Breathe out, down you come. Switch hands. Breathe in, twist the torso. Pause at the end of the in-breath with the elbow bent. Breathe out, reach up. Breathe in and out. Breathing in again. This is a movement I do quite a bit. And out, it removes anger and frustration. So if you're feeling a little bit agitated, and you very well may be over the next 3 months, this is a really good one to do. It's called the Heaven and Earth Twist. Breathe in and out. And it is fantastic if you do it inside of this EBR, this energy block release, in the sequence that we're doing today. Breathe in just one more time on both sides. And out, big stretch up. And of course, if you only stretch to here, that's perfectly fine. You don't have to come all the way to the top. Whatever modification you need for your level of flexibility at the moment. And out. Last one with your left. In and out. Then we're coming back down into that. Now the full version is you come down into a squat position and put one leg out to the side. You can, as an option, go onto your knee into this position. And as I said before, on the chair, so half your bottom on the chair, put your leg out to the side. So just pick whichever one works for you. Put the leg out to the side. The idea is to try to get the foot parallel, pointing that way, pointing towards the front. And lift the chest up. Give a bit of a stretch in here. Breathing in, just point the toes towards the head. And breathe out, toes away. Breathe in towards the head, back down. And then breathing in, you can either do a dynamic changeover, or you can literally just go back down and come back down into kneeling and switch legs. Okay. Breathing in, toes towards the head, breathe out. And of course, if you're on the chair, just spin your chair around. Breathe in and out, lovely. All right, now the good news is we get to sit down now. All right, so just sitting along your mat. Just checking we're all still, everything's still working here. Put your hands out the back, almost like you're sitting on the beach, just enjoying the sunshine. Now we're about to lift a leg off the floor. You don't have to, you can just drag your leg along the mat if you know you're not going to be able to, if your abdominals and back are weak and you don't want to pick your leg up. But otherwise, breathing in, when you breathe out, engage your core muscles, so tighten your core muscles there. Breathing in, bringing the right leg up, you can lift it off the floor up towards your chest. Then breathing out, flick it out. Breathe in and out, flick it out. In, releasing, preferably out to the trees outside, don't release it to your buddy if there's someone in the room with you. I'll have to flick it straight over the top of Snowy there so he doesn't end up with it. And out. Imagine the tree outside that's nearest to you and send it out to the tree. Then let's go for the right leg. So breathing in and out. Breathe in and out. In and out. In and out. Okay. And then wriggle up so that your feet are right at the end of your mat. So your heels are touching the end of your mat there. if sitting on the floor is just not working for you, you can definitely sit up on a chair and flick that out. You don't need to be on the floor if that's just not going to work. Then grab your mat, whatever form that is in, and roll it up until it gets to your bottom. Okay. Alternatively, you can get a nice symmetrical pillow and do this as well instead of rolling your mat up. And then just wriggle your bottom half on the mat and half off. Okay. So what it does is it gets your pelvis from here to tilted to this position. All right. Now about to do the sitting forward bend. And if you have really tight hamstrings, you're not going to want to go very far here. You're going to want to go very, very, very gentle. If you have slip disc, sciatica, spinal issues, hip issues, knee issues, hamstring issues, if you're pregnant, you do need to go gentle at probably just to stage 1, which is just a very, like it's that basically. You're leaning forward like this and that's about as far as you're going. Of course, if you're pregnant, you have to work out what kind of movement space you have here. You could do the cat instead actually if you're pregnant. You can definitely put something underneath your knees if you have really, really tight hamstrings as well, or sciatica. That can really help with that. All right, so palms faced up on your legs. Breathing in, bring the hands out to the side, all the way up into praying hands, and then back down into praying hands on your chest, and then back down, palms faced up. Breathing in again, opening up, circle of light, and breathing out, back down, palms faced up on your lap. Then breathing in, reaching up, breathing out, leaning forward. Now, as I said, probably about that far for all of those health considerations. And then hands hover along the side of your legs, back up to the heart when you finish your in-breath at the heart. So breathe out, a little bit forward. Hands hover up the side, slowly curl the spine back up into the heart. Breathing out, and if you're quite happy to go further, if you know you don't have those considerations, you can go further. Hands hover up the sides of the legs, slowly curling back up with the in-breath. Breathing out, reaching out. Whatever feels comfortable here, and breathing back in. This particular movement releases fear and instills courage. It's a really, really beautiful one to do. If any of my clients are filled with fear, they're quite fearful about things, I definitely show them this. It's probably one of the best fear releasing movements I could probably show you. Breathing out. And hovering up the side. Breathing in. You can do the affirmation that goes with this one as well. As I let go, so breathing out, as I let go, I find freedom in my life. As I let go, I find freedom in my life. And this time, just allowing your hands just to settle wherever they can go, to your knees, to your shins, to your ankles, to your backs of your feet if you can reach that far. And just relaxing into the stretch. Not overstretching. Just finding that nice little stretch. And each time you breathe out, just relax into it a little bit more. Feeling that tension, anxiety coming out of your hamstrings, out of your lower back. If you are quite a fearful person, we're all sort of acting in fear. If it's a negative response to something, it's acting in fear of something. But if you're finding that you're particularly fearful at the moment with all this crazy energy going on, particularly with that very volatile, eruptive Mars energy in the square with Uranus, this is a good one to do. So just gently walking your hands up. If you are short on time, just do that. Just do that one, but make sure you stretch your hamstrings first before you go down into that one. All right. So release that little thing you've got going on with the mat. I'm just going to take the microphone out of the back there so I can lay on my back So we're going into the bridge. So you're laying down on your back. And again, if laying on your back's just not going to happen, just sit on a chair, and an alternative. I mean, everybody can do the first part of the bridge if they can get onto the floor. If you can't get onto the floor, I would go back to earlier stages of the EBR when you're just gently opening up the back like that. Okay, so your spine is flat on the floor, your feet are parallel and pointing away from your body. Your knees are about hip width apart, so they're nicely lined up with your hips here. Okay, your palms are face down on the floor. You tuck your chin in just a little bit so you have a lovely long neck. And then you breathe in and you allow the tailbone to come up off the floor. Just a little bit, just a little tilt up. Breathe out, down it goes. Breathe in again, add a little bit more of your spine. And breathe out. So you're slowly lifting your spine up. So each in-breath you add a little bit more of your spine to come up off the floor. And eventually you get to the point where you're resting on your shoulders. Excuse me. And your tummy's pointing up to the sky. Pretty much everybody can do this position. Okay, and breathing back out. I'm just going to check here because there are quite a few contraindications here. Some health considerations that we need to check. Rheumatoid arthritis, cervical disc issues, whiplash, hypothyroidism. You would not go to the second stage. Okay, so you're welcome to do what we've just done. So come up onto the shoulders and back down. If you'd like to do stage 2, you're quite welcome to. Coming up, now you can just clasp your hands underneath your body and sort of just create a bit more of a stretch if the full version of stage 2 is just not going to work for you today. Otherwise, you bring your feet just a tiny bit further in, get your hands in under the waist and push yourself up into stage 2. Okay. Should feel a very big release there in your thighs. And then very slowly coming back down, one vertebrae at a time if you can manage it. And then gently rolling over to your right side and onto your tummy. And this is just the Sphinx. We've done this quite a few times in the last few classes. So you're flat on the floor here. Again, if you can't do the floor, do this sitting on a chair and just put your elbows on your knees. Okay, so imagine that I'm not going to put my head down because it'd be too noisy. But resting your forehead on the mat, your elbows are out the side, your thumbs are lined up where about your eyes are. Breathing in, breathing out, engage your core, push your pelvis into the floor, and imagine that mini new moon, that super new moon with the solar eclipse is at the base of your spine. It's about to work its way up your spine. Breathing in, create a hollow at the base of the spine. Let the hollow start to walk its way up the spine with your little mini moon. When it gets about halfway, imagine pushing a marble away with your nose, then coming up onto your elbows. So allowing your elbows to be directly underneath your shoulders, looking straight ahead. Breathing in and breathing out, looking across to the right. Breathing in to the middle and out to the left. Breathing into the middle, out to the right. Into the middle, out to the left. Breathing in and then breathing out, tuck the chin in. Bring the feet a good shoulder width or a bit more apart and toes pointing away from each other. And then gently coming down, resting your forehead on the back of your hands. And just allowing yourself to rest there. This is Makarasana, another master pose. And breathing in, feel your tummy expanding on the floor. And breathing out. Release, feel the release. in your whole body, releasing down into the earth, grounding yourself. Breathing in again, feel the tummy expanding on the floor. And breathing out, feel the whole body surrender and release. Letting that energy of the EBR become a part of your being for the next week. Breathing in again, feel the tummy expanding. And breathing out, feel your whole body sinking into the floor, into the earth below. Feel that surrender, that peace, that centeredness, that connection with the earth. Breathing in again, feel the tummy expanding on the floor. And breathing out, release. Then very gently walking the feet back in towards each other. And then push yourself up into an extended child pose. So that's just stretching the arms out to the front. And then come into the full child pose. You can put a few fists up underneath your forehead there, so you can actually make contact with the floor. You also want to make contact between your buttocks and your heels. If you can't, just put a pillow in between there as well. Just feel your spine bending upwards, so creating an upwards arch. Excuse me. And breathing in, feel your spine expanding up towards the sky. And breathing out, release. Feel yourself wrapped up in a cocoon, nurtured, supported. Breathing in again, feel the spine stretching up towards the sky in an upwards arch. And breathing out, release. Breathing in again one more time. Feel that spine stretching up. And breathing out, release. And then very gently walking yourself up into a little bit of a kneeling position there. That is our conclusion of the energy block release to EBR2. I hope you enjoyed it. We're doing one nice quick little asana, and then we're heading into our amazing deep relaxation. So this one releases anger and frustration, and it brings you to a place of incredible acceptance and contentment, which is yummy, is really good. Again, this can be done on the chair, so you put your leg out to the side, so you sit your bottom on the side of the chair. By the way, if you're really, really zen right now, you're quite welcome just to stay on the floor and just listen to this bit and just enjoy the yumminess of the end of EBR2. That's perfectly fine. So you sit half your bottom off the chair. Again, the foot goes out to the side. Okay, and of course you'll switch when we go to the other leg. Okay, or you can come down into a kneeling position. So foot goes out to the side. Again, you want to try to get your foot facing forwards, but it may want to come out to the side. That's perfectly fine. Check that your leg, the upright leg, is actually vertical. Okay, as best you can. So pointing up to the sky. Breathing in, hands come out to the side. When you breathe out, just gently lean into the outstretched leg. The right hand goes under, the left hand goes above, and imagine you're between two planes of glass. So you don't want to lean forwards, you don't want to go backwards. You want to just go straight into this incredibly yummy stretch. This is the beam, And as I said, it releases anger and frustration. And then breathing in, just opening that up and down. And then one more time, breathing in, breathing out. Stretching out to the side, squeezing that kidney. Big stretch. Releasing any anger or frustration that you're feeling. Again, this is a great one to do if you don't have much time to get that grumpiness out, that cranky out. Okay, let's switch over to the other side. Breathing in and breathing out. Lean into your outstretched leg there. Again, feel like you're between two planes of glass, so you want to be very much upright here. And in and out. Just double check that that leg is nice and vertical there. Breathe in one more time. And we'll definitely deep relax. And in and out. Lovely. Well done. Okay, now you can go into your deep relaxation. So laying on your back, definitely grab a blankie if it's a fairly cool climate where you are. Or something over you is really good. And I love the nice thick yoga blankets because they make you feel like you're quite cocooned, and you'll probably go into a much deeper relaxation using one of those. Laying on your back with your, if the back's no good, by the way, you can sit on a chair. You're quite welcome to do this on a chair. So yes, laying on your back with your arms palm faced up, just out by your side. Tuck your chin in just a little bit, preferably nothing underneath your head there. So take out pigtails and preferably go flat on the mat there. If you know that's just not going to work for you and you definitely need something, put just a very thin rolled up blanket, folded up blanket, or a very thin pillow if needs be. Just allow your spine just to have its natural curvature there. Allow your feet just to flop out to the side, however they wish to flop out. And closing your eyes preferably, or just gazing very, very softly. You can put like a little lavender pillow over your eyes, which is a lovely thing to do if you need that sort of extra little push to help you get into that zen space. And a deep relaxation is yes, it deeply relaxes you, but it also allows all of that energy we've just brought into our beings as a part of your being for the next week or so. So it really allows you to absorb what you've just done and allow it to have a lasting effect. And if it's the first time you've done a deep relaxation, you might not go quite so deeply, but the more you practice it, the more profound the deepness of the relaxation is. It's very, very nurturing for anyone, really. Okay, so closing the eyes and just giving yourself permission to deeply relax. Move your awareness down to your legs, down to your feet, and then breathing in, squeezing your feet and your toes. Nice big squeeze. And then breathing out, release. Breathing in again, push the toes away from the body. And breathing out, release. Breathing in again, push the heels away from the body and the toes up towards the head. Nice big stretch in those calf muscles. And then breathing out, release. Move the awareness further up the legs, up to the knees. Breathing in, gently pushing those knees down in towards the floor. Feel your quads engaging to do this. And then breathing out, release. Move the awareness further up the legs, up to the buttocks. Breathing in, squeeze that buttocks. Feel like your hips are rising just a little bit up towards the sky as you do this. And breathing out, release. Move the awareness around to the lower part of your back. breathing in, gently pushing the lower part of your back down in towards the floor. Feel a gentle pressure between your lower back and the floor. Breathing out, release. Keep the awareness in the lower back, breathing in again, gently push that lower back down in towards the floor. Feel that gentle pressure. And breathing out, release. Move the awareness around to the front of the torso. Breathing in, squeeze the abdominal muscles down in towards the floor. Nice big squeeze. And breathing out, release. Move the awareness further up the torso, up to the chest. Breathing in, pushing the chest up towards the sky. At the same time, push the shoulder blades in towards each other underneath the body. And breathing out, release. And then reversing that motion, breathing in, lifting the shoulders off the floor. Push the chest down in towards the floor. Lovely stretch across the shoulder blades. And breathing out, release. Move the awareness across the shoulders and down the arms, all the way down to both of your hands. Breathing in, gently curling the fingers over to make a very soft fist with both hands. And then breathing out, release. Breathing in again, make a much stronger fist with both hands. And lifting both arms just a few centimeters off the floor. Then breathing out, releasing those fists and splaying those fingers out as far from each other as possible. Turn the palms in towards the body, down towards the floor and even a little further around. Turn the palms back in towards the body and up towards the sky and even a little bit beyond. And breathing out, releasing the arms and the hands back down to the floor, palms faced up. Move the awareness back up the arms, up to the neck. Breathing in, squeezing the neck. Nice big squeeze. And breathing out, release. Move the awareness up to the chin and the jaw, the mouth and the tongue. And without making any sounds, imagine you're saying the letters A, E, I, O, U. Then opening the mouth really wide and doing a lovely big yawn. Pointing the tongue up to the sky, across to the right, across to the left, around in a circle in one direction, then around in a circle in the other direction. Then place the tongue back in the mouth and engage the jaw. Allow the jaw to go around in one direction, then around in the other direction. And release the jaw and close the mouth and make a frown and a smile at the same time. Push the eyebrows all the way down and lift up the corners of the mouth as high as you can. Big breath in. And breathing out. Release. Then looking all over your face for all the muscles you can find. Then breathing in, squeezing all the facial muscles. Nice big breath in. Squeezing your forehead, your eyebrows, your eyes, your cheeks, your nose, your mouth, chin and jaw. Big breath in, big squeeze. And breathing out. Release. Move the awareness to just behind the ears and all over your scalp. Imagining you can squeeze this area. Breathing in, giving it a lovely big squeeze. And breathing out. Release. And then make a request that you would like all the effects of fear to be cleansed and vacuumed from your body. Move your awareness to a beautiful celestial vacuum tube at the crown of your head. You request the speed you would like this tube to go at, slow, medium or fast. Then you allow this tube to work its way into the crown of your head, cleansing and vacuuming away all the effects of fear from behind your eyes, your right ear, the back of your head, your left ear, vacuuming into your sinus area, vacuuming down into your mouth, the left side of your jaw, the right side of your jaw. You can see all the darkness and blackness going up this vacuum tube and away to be recycled. Vacuuming down your throat, into your right lung, vacuuming down your right arm into your right hand and fingertips, vacuuming back up your right arm into your right shoulder, across to your left shoulder, vacuuming down your left arm into your left hand and fingertips, vacuuming back up your left arm into your left lung, and then vacuuming into your heart. Then vacuuming into your stomach. Then vacuuming into your pancreas, your spleen, your liver, your left kidney, your right kidney. Vacuuming down into your bowels, into your pelvic organs, to your left hip, into your right hip. Vacuuming down your right leg through your right knee, all the way down to your right foot and toes. Vacuuming back up your right leg into your right buttocks. Vacuuming across to your left buttocks. Vacuuming down your left leg through your left knee, all the way down to your left foot and toes. And then requesting that all the space that's now being created by cleansing and vacuuming away all the effects of fear from your body be filled up with beautiful, bright white, healing light. And so the switch on the tube is reversed. And as you breathe in, this beautiful, bright white healing light enters your left toes, your left foot, ankle, lower leg, knee, upper leg and buttocks. As you breathe out, this beautiful light settles into all of your left leg. Tube moves across to your right foot. As you breathe in, this beautiful light enters your right toes, your right foot and ankle, your right lower leg, knee, upper leg and buttocks. As you breathe out, this beautiful light settles into all of your right leg. The tube moves to the base of your pelvis, and as you breathe in, this beautiful light enters your pelvic area, your middle torso, your upper torso, chest, heart and lungs. As you breathe out, this beautiful light settles into all of your torso. The tube moves across to your right hand. As you breathe in, this beautiful light enters your right fingertips, your right fingers, palm, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm and right shoulder. And as you breathe out, this beautiful light settles into all of your right arm. The tube moves across to your left hand. As you breathe in, this beautiful light enters your left fingertips, your left fingers, palm, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, and your left shoulder. And as you breathe out, this beautiful light settles into all of your left arm. The tube moves down to the base of your spine. And as you breathe in, this beautiful light enters the base of your spine and works its way up through every single disc and vertebrae in your lumbar spine, your thoracic spine, up into your cervical spine, your neck, your head and the crown of your head. And as you breathe out, this beautiful light settles into your head, your neck and your spine. Your whole body is now glistening and gleaming and sparkling with this beautiful, bright white healing light. And you affirm to yourself, I am here now in the present moment. I am grounded. I am centered. I am content. I am safe. All is well. I am here now in the present moment. I am grounded. I am centered. I am content. I am safe. All is well. I am here now in the present moment. I am grounded. I am safe. I am content. And sit with that affirmation for a few moments. And then move your awareness to a space just above the crown of your head. A ball of beautiful golden light is hovering there just above the floor. You take a deep breath in and all of this beautiful golden light comes from the ball and works its way into the crown of your head. As you breathe out, this beautiful golden light showers down your head, your neck, your spine, across your shoulders, down your arms into your hands and fingertips, showering down your torso, through your pelvis, showering down your legs, through your knees, showering all the way down to the very tips of your toes. Every single cell in your body has been re-energized, revitalized, and rejuvenated by this beautiful golden light. And you start to notice what parts of your body are touching the floor. Your heels, your calves, your buttocks, your shoulders, backs of your arms, the backs of your hands, and the back of your head. And you start to wriggle your fingers and wriggle your toes. And you very gently bring your knees up to your chest and give them a lovely hug with your arms. And gently sway them from side to side. Around in a circle in one direction, and then around in a circle in the other direction. And then you gently roll over onto your right side, resting your head on your right arm. And using this important moment to consolidate what we've done so far in this class. We did our beautiful energy block release 2, EBR2, which allows you to be very much here now in the present moment, releasing anxiety about the future and depression about the past. It calms and grounds and centers you, bringing you to a place of joy, allowing you to come into your own body, a place of stillness, release, relaxation and mindfulness. Our beautiful beam posture released frustration and anger and brought you to a place of acceptance and contentment. And of course our deep relaxation re-energized, revitalized and rejuvenated you in preparation for the rest of your day and your week to come. So imagining yourself sitting in the upright position before you move, and keeping the eyes closed, gently push yourself up into a sitting position, and then rub those hands together, create a lovely warmth between the hands, and place those nice warm hands over your closed eyes, and allowing the eyes to open in that nice warm safe place. Then tapping the forehead, your temples, your chin and jaw, back up to the top of your head, the back of your head, your shoulders, your chest, down the side of your body, your thighs and knees and your buttocks. Shake out the side. Breathing in, reaching up. And breathing out. A little bit of a shoulder roll. I hope you enjoyed that deep relaxation. Of course, you can do it as many times as you like. You can do it as a standalone exercise, or you can do it with the entire class, which is what it's designed to do. But of course, it can stand alone as well. Absolutely. So we're going to do a little bit of pranayama, some breathing techniques, and then we're going to go into a nice little, quick little meditation. And the idea of a Drew Yoga class is that we activate you, we give you a sequence to remove any blockages or deal with the energy that's going on. And for me, I'm doing it specifically with what's happening with the planets and the moon, and then your asana, and your deep relaxation, which really seals that energy in, that good, yummy energy. And then we do a pranayama, and the pinnacle of the class is the meditation. So all of this work has been done so you can meditate. Meditation is the key to manifesting things, particularly if you want to manifest a new beginning on the 13th. A really good idea to get yourself to a really good physical space, really good head space to meditate. So these pranayama are fantastic for that. So the first one's just a deep yogic breath. We do this pretty much every class. So just breathing in, you can place your hands on your abdomen if you like. Breathing in, imagine you're filling your abdomen with air, so expand the abdomen, then expand the chest, and then the upper chest. Pause, and then breathe out, empty your tummy, then your chest, then your upper chest. Pause, breathe in, tummy, chest, upper chest, pause, and breathe out, tummy, chest, upper chest, pause. Breathing in, tummy, chest, upper chest, pause, and breathing out, tummy, chest, upper chest, pause. Now for this next one, if you have respiratory disorders, asthma, bronchitis, chronic constipation, lower body ailments, if it's the winter months or cool climate and you know you're just a really chilly person, if you're in a polluted environment, or if your teeth are quite sensitive, you need to not do the teeth version of this one. So for those health considerations, it's best just to stick with your deep yogic breath. Okay, otherwise you're quite welcome to do it with me. It's called the cooling breath. This is a real gem, particularly in this difficult time with Mars square Uranus and Mars being retrograde and coming into a Cancer new moon. All of those things put together, cooling breath is one of the best ones to do because it releases anger, anxiety, an overactive mind, an agitated mind. It brings emotional balance. It releases confusion and anger. So really good one to do, and it's a good one to have in your toolbox for whenever, really. You could do it in the car at the traffic lights. You could do it sitting at your desk at work, or wherever you are, really, and nobody really needs to see. There's two versions of it. If you can curl your tongue over like this, okay, you're quite welcome to do the tongue version, or you can go grit between your teeth. So bring your teeth together and breathe in between your teeth. So of course you could do that at traffic lights and nobody would really know what you were doing. And some people naturally do this anyway, like they breathe through their teeth because when they're really angry, because it actually naturally calms you down. So it's a really cool thing to do. So either curl your tongue and breathe through the space in that curled part of your tongue, or breathe through your teeth. I'll do the teeth version so you can hear what I'm doing. Okay, so you breathe in, fill up the tummy, pause, feel the cool in your mouth. Close the mouth, out through the nose. Breathe in again. Pause, feel the cool in the mouth. Close the mouth, out through the nose. Breathe in again. Pause, feel the cool in the mouth. Close the mouth, out through the nose. Breathe in again. Pause, feel the cool in the mouth. Close the mouth, out through the nose. And then one more time, breathing in. Pause, feel the cool in the mouth. Close the mouth, out through the nose. Okay. Now we're just going to go into the alternate nostril breath. So bring the right hand up, the middle finger's right on your third eye, so the space between your two eyebrows. Little fingers up against your left nostril and thumb up against your right nostril. And then support yourself with your left hand. Just check you can breathe independently out of each nostril. If you can't, go grab a tissue or something to try to relieve that. I'll just switch hands so I can do it with you. So blocking off your left nostril again, we're going to breathe in like as if we're breathing into our tummy here. If you are prone to dizziness or you have low blood pressure, just go back to your deep yogic here. So block off your left nostril, breathing in through your right nostril, filling up your tummy. Pause, switch fingers, and breathe out through your left nostril. Pause, in through your left. Pause, switch fingers, out through your right. Pause, in through your right. Pause, switch fingers, out through your left. Pause, in through your left. Pause, switch fingers, out through your right. Pause, in through your right. Pause, switch fingers, out through your left. Pause, in through your left. Pause, switch fingers, out through your right. Okay, and then just releasing that. You should be feeling a little bit, a bit airy. Okay, just be nice and gentle with yourself here. It's a fantastic preparation for a meditation. It balances your left and right hemispheres in your brain. It relieves headaches, relieves sinus issues, calms you, balances you, brings you to a place of acceptance, releases that anger as well, which is another reason why I used it today. Unsteady mind, anger, anxiety, and out of balanceness. All right, so we're going to go into our meditation, our nice short little meditation. Excuse me. It's going to be the earth meditation, just a very simple version of that, which grounds us again and centers us. Really important to step back, ground yourself, be centered, be still, particularly through these next 3 months and as we head towards this new moon on the 13th of July. We're going to be using the mudra of the gesture of solitude. So you bring your hands together and you interlink your fingers with your palms facing away from each other. And then roll the fingers in so that they sit on the inside, and then place your thumbs over the top. So that's the gesture of solitude. It brings you to a place of contented stillness, which is a very good thing to do. If that starts to be a little bit uncomfortable, just go to your mudra of wisdom if you like, or just do a normal hand clasp if that works for you as well. All right, so closing the eyes, just sitting in a nice, comfortable, upright position. You can, of course, do this on a chair, and just make sure your feet are touching the floor. Put a pillow underneath your feet if you need to, and keep your spine nice and upright, preferably not leaning against the back of a chair. Okay, so closing the eyes, we'll just relax the body first before we go into the earth meditation. So breathing in, move your awareness to your toes, your feet, your ankles, lower legs, knees, upper legs and buttocks. As you breathe out, feel the whole lower body resting and sinking into the earth below. Breathing in again, move your awareness to your pelvis, your middle torso, upper torso, chest, heart and lungs. As you breathe out, allow the whole torso to sink down into your sitting position. Breathing in again, move your awareness to your fingertips, your fingers, your palms, your wrists, your forearms, your elbows, upper arms and shoulders. As you breathe out, allow the shoulders, arms and hands to rest and settle in the mudra. Breathing in again, move your awareness to your spine, your neck, your head and the crown of your head. As you breathe out, allow the head, neck and spine to rest and settle into the sitting position. And then move your awareness to your buttocks. Imagine a large taproot growing out of the base of your spine, deep, deep down into the earth, 10, 15, 20 meters into the earth. A big, thick taproot. And other roots are growing off in all directions from this taproot, grounding you and centering you. And there's even more smaller roots growing out of your buttocks, deep down into the earth, out of your legs, out of your knees, your calves, your shins. Small roots growing out of your ankles, the tops of your feet, the soles of your feet, your toes. Hundreds and hundreds of little roots are growing down, deep down into the earth. 10, 15, 20 meters down into the earth. Grounding you and centering you, keeping you steady. And then you look into your body or into your mind for anything that's still causing you pain or agitation or frustration. You breathe into that place in your body or your mind. Transform that pain or agitation or frustration into red light. As you breathe out, send that red light down your body, down through the roots, all the way deep down into the earth to be recycled. And then breathing in beautiful, bright, white healing light from the roots up into your body, up into your heart. And breathing out, release, relax the heart. Breathing in again to any place where there still might be a little bit of agitation or stress or pain in your body or mind. Transform it into red light. Breathing out, send the red light down the body, down through the roots, deep into the earth to be recycled. And breathing in that beautiful, bright, white, healing light up through the roots, up into your heart. As you breathe out, allow the heart and the whole body to rest and settle. Breathing in one more time into that place in the body or the mind where there might still be a little bit of agitation or stress or tension or pain. Transform it into red light. As you breathe out, send the red light down the body through the roots to be recycled. And breathe in beautiful, bright, white healing lights up through the roots, up into your heart. And breathing out, release. And then allowing yourself to rest in stillness. You can continue to do the same breathing with the red light and the white light. You can just move your awareness to your fingers, the gentle pressure you can feel between your fingers, your buttocks, your legs. Or you can start to move your awareness to your breathing, just allowing yourself to rest for a few moments. And then breathing in, move your awareness to your crown, your head, your neck, your shoulders, arms, hands and fingertips, upper torso, middle torso, pelvic area. As you breathe out, allow your whole upper body to come back into this room, into this present state of awareness. Breathe in again, move your awareness to your buttocks, upper legs, knees, lower legs, ankles, feet and toes. As you breathe out, allow your whole body to come back into this room, into this present state of awareness. Have a sense of where your body is in the room. And then very gently opening your eyes, releasing your mudra, doing a little bit more of a tap, wake yourself up. With a breath. And that was your meditation, your earth meditation for today. I hope you really enjoyed the class for your new moon in Cancer on the 13th of July. And I hope you managed to navigate this very, very powerful, volatile, angry, assertive energy of Mars at the moment, and the emotional energy of the Cancer, having a very strong, super new moon with a solar eclipse as well. I'd love to hear your feedback. If you've got any comments you'd like to make, anything you'd like to see different. And please do share this with anybody you know who can't access a regular yoga class for whatever reason, whether it be time constraints, physical restraints of any sort, because it's, it is free to everybody, and I want to make this something that is accessible to everybody. And until our new moon in a few weeks' time, namaste.